being done in Sesame Street, because Sesame Street had famous guests, famous actors, musicians, and they would sing songs related to education and also just related to good behavior and altruism and helping people out. I remember one funny song about cooperation, so that Sesame Street probably influenced a lot of the suggestions that I made in this paper.
The count is a lesson in finding joy in the little things. See his frisson of excitement as he sings his numerical shirt sounds, while others of his kind are glittering. He is busy with addition, while others of his kind are seeking blood to get turned on. He is busy counting his blessings.
In the next paragraph I wrote, another part of the program would feature organizations that actively participate in helping the community. Organizations such as Red Cross, Kenya Scouts and Girl Guides, and St. John's Ambulance will be guests on the program, and they will discuss how they help the community. That is, the ways in which they do this. They will also provide information on how these organizations, chapters could be started as clubs in schools, and the requirements for becoming a member. So that was my other suggestion. I also wrote that children love stories, and a children's program is incomplete without one. Stories that entertain, educate, and most importantly promote altruism will be told during the course of the program. African stories will be preferable, since it is well known that African societies encourage altruistic acts, such as thinking of the community's welfare, exactly what I mentioned a few minutes ago, Ubuntu. Thinking of the community's welfare, and these values are promoted through African tales. The power of television is evident everywhere, as is shown by the number of children who are influenced to take up violence, drugs, and premarital sex. It is about time that programs promoting good behavior in children are shown. I am positive, now this is my 20-year-old writing, my 20-year-old self writing. I am positive that through the altruism of the government, religious groups, non-governmental organizations, the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, Kenya Television Network, the people of Nairobi, and many others, enough can be made available in order to make these ideas a reality.
She's a street dreamer with a head up high, 20 years old and she's reaching for the sky. In the heart of Nairobi, where dreams are made, no limitation, she ain't afraid.
So I think I was very idealistic. I have slightly different views 20 years later, but that's what my 20-year-old self wrote. Finally, the program will benefit the entire community in the long run, since the targeted viewers will be the leaders of tomorrow, and armed with the altruistic lessons that they will have learned, they will be in a better position to create a one-for-all and all-for-one community, thus leading the country to greater heights of prosperity. That is how I ended the paper. And in the reference section, I cited some of the references I used. Papalia and Olds, Pro-Social Behavior, Caring for Other People. It was featured in Human Development. Rushton J.P., Altruism, Socialization and Society. That's a 1980 book. The 1975 book, Children of Six Cultures, by B.B. Whiting and J.W.M. Whiting, published by Harvard University Press. And then a 1973 book by Yarrow and Waxler. The article Learning Concern for Others was featured in Developmental Psychology. So the Developmental Psychology, this particular book was published in 1973. So those are the sources I cited or I used to write this paper. Now, 20 years later, what do I think of this? I think, now that we have the internet, television is not as powerful. It's still powerful, but it's not as powerful. And many young people are, digital natives. So they use more of the internet rather than, watching TV. So one thing I would change if I was to write maybe an update of this paper is that I would use the internet. But this is Nairobi, and internet penetration is not actually as high as we would like to think. There are some areas, there are some places where children don't have access. Not even children, even the adults themselves don't have ready access to the internet. So maybe it will be a combination of both TV, television, and internet, and maybe even radio, because nowadays we have very many different radio stations, and we have particular niches that are covered by certain radio stations. Like there's one called Ghetto Radio that has its own unique target. So if I was to develop a program, then I would develop a blanket program, but then slightly fit it into different demographics, different areas. So if it was for the ghetto radio audience, I would tweak it so that it appeals to that particular audience. It's another kind of radio station, I would tweak it again. And what I would also do is, maybe do a bit of research on the ground to find out the best ways to do it. So this is my way of thinking, but maybe after doing research, after talking to the community, maybe they would have different ideas on how to better reach young children. But I think some of the things that I mentioned still apply 20 years later. Celebrities still have a lot of influence over younger people. Their word carries a lot of weight. So I would still, cooperate and collaborate with celebrities if I was to develop such a program right now. And also schools. Of course, that's where government comes in. But, there tends to be a lot of bureaucracy when you're dealing with the government. So I don't know whether I would go that route. Perhaps I would get in touch with non-governmental organizations who are already doing programs with schools, and then see how we can work together to now add this altruism program to their already existing programs. Yeah, so that's probably how I will do it. But generally, I think that I didn't do a bad job. I was only 20.
She's a Nairobi Dreamer, the fire in her soul. 20 years old, ready to take control, with her head up high and her dreams inside. She's gonna change the world, gonna shine a light. She's a Nairobi Dreamer, unstoppable force. She's got the passion and the power of force. With every step she takes, she's breaking the mold. She's a Nairobi Dreamer, gonna make her story.
probably I was a bit too idealistic, but sometimes the idealistic ideas are the ones which are that need to be put into motion. So with a bit of tweaking, I will probably run with this. And actually, I'll just go through the paper again and see, if there's something that I can do in my own little corner to just establish such a program, because I still think there's need. Altruism will never go out of style. So whether it's 20 years later or 20, 50, 60, 100 years later, altruism is a human thing and it will never go out of style. So I still think there's a need, and I will explore and see how I can implement this in my own small way. So if you have any other ideas about teaching altruism to young people, you can share in the comments. You can send me your ideas. If you disagree with what I wrote, I would also love to hear about that and why you disagree. Because, sometimes it takes a lot of ideas to find out, what really works. So I think that's it for my live stream for today. I hope you learned a thing or two, and you can follow me. I would appreciate it, and look forward to the next live stream. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world, and keep positive, keep going. Don't let the negativity around you get you down, and be altruistic. Make a conscious effort to be altruistic today, because the younger people around you are watching you. They're watching what you do. They're watching how you treat people. And sometimes, you don't need a program. Sometimes you as an individual, you just need to start being altruistic in your own small way, and your actions will speak louder than any words or any program that you could put in place. Because young people are watching us. They are watching how we treat each other. They are watching how we are treating the environment, and they are learning without us saying anything. They are still learning. So try and be altruistic today. Take care of the people around you. Take care of yourself, and have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. Bye.
See the world's decay, everybody's hopeless, lost their way, but there's one show that gives me hope. It's about heroes who refuse to cope. We're changing the world, taking a stand with every act of kindness, making a brand new plan. You ask what it means. It's a flame burning bright deep in your soul. It's the kindness you show, but no one's looking. It's a selfless act that makes you whole. Altruism, it's a rock that never crumbles. It's the strength that never fades away. Altruism is a fire that keeps on burning. It's the light that guides you through the darkest days.
The count is a lesson in finding joy in the little things. See his frisson of excitement as he sings his numerical shock sounds, while others of his kind are glittering. He is busy with addition, while others of his kind are seeking blood to get turned.